Hey everyone, this is Laura Gadenik with Laura Gadenik Astrology, and I'm here to give you the astrology for the weeks of December 27th, 2021 through January 9th, 2022. So the major news for this first week is that Jupiter heads into Pisces on Tuesday, December 28th. So Jupiter was here in Pisces briefly between May 15th through July 28th of 2021. It went to about 2 degrees of Pisces. So we had a sneak peek or a preview of this ingress of Jupiter into Pisces back in the summer. So, themes or topics that were going on around that time may resurface. In particular, if you know your birth chart, look to the house that has Pisces on the cusp. Those topics will be emphasized and highlighted and will honestly get a boost of some kind. Jupiter is at home in Pisces. It feels super comfortable there. And so Jupiter can bring really, really amazing, beautiful things, blessings, growth, opportunities, faith, inspiration, hope, maybe the courage or inspiration to go after a dream that you might have, thought was unrealistic or something like that. So whatever house has Pisces will get a major boost. And Jupiter will be in Pisces until mid-May. I believe it's May 10th, and then it goes into Aries. But it'll come back later in October, and will be in Pisces again from I think it's October 20 something through sometime in December. So it'll be there then. So it's kind of speeding through Pisces. But the really amazing thing about Jupiter in Pisces, other than the fact that Jupiter is at home here and can on its own bring really amazing things, is that Jupiter is going to conjoin Neptune in Pisces in April, more specifically April 12th, but really the entire month of April, Jupiter is within 3 degrees of Neptune. Now, Neptune is, as some astrologers say, is the modern ruler of Pisces. So Neptune is also kind of comfortable in Pisces and can, do its job, so to speak, in Pisces. But Neptune is the planet of dreams. Neptune is a planet of what I dream of, what I long for, what I desire. So this can be, it can also indicate kind of like fame, other things like delusions, illusions, deceit, deceptiveness. So there's always two sides to the coin when it comes to planetary aspects. There's the positives and the negatives, right? So the positives are that, Jupiter might bring the optimism, the faith, the inspiration, the self-belief to go after a dream, Neptune, to go after something that you've been longing for, to recreate reality through what we can imagine. Neptune and Pisces rules over imagination. However, Jupiter with Neptune can also be somewhat ungrounding, can make the other side of the fence look perpetually greener and better. And so, it might kind of persuade you or urge you to run away and go try something else and kind of leave behind everything you've built or been working on, or but also it might free you from oppressive structures, so always two sides to any transit. And it kind of depends on what your chart looks like and the various aspects that may be involved for you personally. I would say for water signs, this is going to be especially auspicious, and also mutable signs. So water signs are obviously Pisces, Cancer, and then Scorpio. So if you have any, your rising sign or Sun, Moon, Mercury, Venus. If you have any points or planets around like 20, I think it's like 20 to like 25 degrees of Pisces. Maybe it's a little bit later, but this will probably be more beneficial for you. And then the mutable signs are Pisces, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Gemini. And so this will also be more impactful for you if you have planets or points in the mutable signs. Okay, so something else that's exciting is that Venus will also be here and will join the party between like April 25th through the 27th. Venus is exalted in Pisces. She's not at home there, but she's treated as a royal guest, so to speak, metaphorically. So, really there's a sweet treat is how I would put it, kind of waiting or coming up or percolating, or it's really going to be highly maybe romantic, idealized, pleasurable. Really, it should be a really auspicious and kind of amazing time, I would say. It's probably one of the most auspicious dates in the whole year of 2022. So yeah, once again, Pisces is about, and Jupiter, faith, belief, possibility, imagination, emotion. You might want to put your energy towards things that feel good to you on an emotional level, that feel like you're serving a purpose of some kind, specifically a higher purpose. You might want to start doing something out of compassion, out of once again getting to those heartstrings. There's Pisces and Jupiter are all about generosity, so it could be also kind of a big spending month where you're kind of like, whatever, like I'm just gonna go after whatever I want, the sky's the limit, you only live once, so there's the limits that might need to be imposed in that sense as well. So it'll be different for everyone, but overall very auspicious timing. Okay, so Wednesday the 29th of December, Mercury conjoins Venus retrograde. And then on the 30th, on Thursday, Mercury will conjoin Pluto, because remember, Venus is conjoined to Pluto right now, basically. Mercury is the messenger. Mercury brings news. Mercury is the planet of the mind, of communication. So often it brings things to light in a way, not to light, but it brings things to mind. It allows us to articulate something, to verbalize, to have a conversation. So this is about voicing what you've been processing through this Venus retrograde cycle, as Venus has been conjoined with Pluto, which she's been really close to Pluto since early December. So voicing what you've been processing, having an honest, deep, possibly intense conversation about how to get along, how to relate, how to be in a relationship, what your desires are, what you're wanting. Having realizations in relationships, being able to maybe it's a really good time to journal if that's up your alley, and kind of write out what you've been processing, because it's kind of percolating, I guess you could say, in your brain at this point. You might need to smooth something over. Having once again that possibly hard, honest, to the heart of the matter kind of conversation. There might be, I wouldn't be surprised if there were messages like in the news around abuse, specifically abuse of women, or maybe powerful agreements being made, or secrets being revealed even, maybe unfair, unjust laws being passed. Pluto can definitely bring up things that are unjust and unfair, and reveal power dynamics that are that might seem hidden at first in our society. So yeah, that's basically Wednesday the 29th and then Thursday the 30th. Mars also makes a sextile of Saturn on the 29th, so it's a good day to get work done, to be productive. Saturday, January 1st, the Sun in Capricorn makes a trine to Uranus and Taurus. Trines are of the nature of Jupiter. They're very positive. So this is a day to do something different, do something outside of the box, express yourself in a more authentic way. There's a strong sense of autonomy, of being free-spirited, of innovation and creativity. It's a good day to kind of strike out on your own and try something out and be brave. Okay, Sunday, January 2nd, Mercury heads into Aquarius. This is where Mercury will retrograde on January 14th. It'll retrograde around 10 degrees of Aquarius, and it's going to go all the way back to 24 degrees of Capricorn, right around where Pluto is and where the Venus-Pluto conjunction happens. So I'm mentioning this because like whatever conversation you have on the 29th and 30th and or 30th of December, this is kind of pointing to the thing, it might not be quite done, right? That might be part one, and those same themes or topics might come up again, basically. So retrogrades are about reversals, returns, rethinking, reflecting on something, delays. Overall, it's about a metamorphosis process of, kind of like being reborn in some way. It's about revisiting the past. So yeah, whatever kind of news you might get on the 29th or 30th of December, conversation you might have, or, whatever it is, whatever the Venus, Pluto, Mercury is, expect to kind of, for that to not be quite done is what I would say. But Mercury in Aquarius overall is ideological, it's visionary, it's very set in its thinking. So, our minds might turn to be more ideological, visionary, kind of set in stone, determined, like unmoving. There's definitely more of a concern with the group or the community. Aquarius is all about other people, the community at large. So in general, that might be where our mindset turns towards. In addition, think about where Aquarius is in your chart. What house is being highlighted? This is where Saturn is, right? So some more Saturnian themed topics or events might come up. It might, there's a lot I could say here. I'll just say Mercury in the same sign as Saturn can be kind of heavy, depressive, or kind of like, got to do a bunch of work, right? Like no time for fun, really kind of focus on planning, on the future, on getting things done, on getting your ducks in a row, etc. So, okay, Wednesday the 5th, Venus retrograde in Capricorn makes a sextile to Neptune and Pisces. It's very kind of dreamy, romantic aspect, definitely like chill vibes. If you can manage to take a break, Venus would definitely really appreciate it. Okay, Saturday, January 8th, the sun makes a conjunction with Venus in Capricorn while she's retrograde still. So whenever the sun conjoins a planet, it's illuminating something. It's bringing light to something, to whatever that planet is signifying. So there might be a new awareness that's developed around needs in relationships, what you desire, how to get along better, what you want aesthetically, whether that's like on you, your body, a look, maybe in your house. It could be about an agreement you made or want to make. Venus is all about agreements. And something in general about the Venus retrograde cycle and process is being illuminated and is being brought to light. And I think this is around like 18 degrees of Capricorn. So, once again, going back to the Mercury-Venus-Pluto conjunction on December 29th and 30th, it could be kind of related still to those themes, right? This is a ongoing cycle. It doesn't have to be, but just kind of keep an eye out during this Venus retrograde cycle for these themes of agreements, terms, contracts, how you relate with someone, relationships, partnerships. What does it mean to be in a partnership? What do you need and desire in partnerships? And not just romantic, but also like business partnerships, friendships, right? How do we get along? How do we make sure everyone is getting their needs met and their desires without compromising too much, right? I mean, Venus is about compromise, but sometimes, you know, one person in a relationship might be compromising more than the other, right? So it's about kind of fairness and justice, right? The scales. Is one side of the scale weighing like down more? Is it heavier than the other side, right? So there's a lot of moments of kind of awareness around of conversations that are being had. I would say Saturday, January 8th with the Sun conjunct Venus, it's not necessarily a moment of like having a hard conversation or verbalizing something, or although, you know, it could be, you know, but it's more just about something being illuminated and brought to light. So that is the astrology for the next couple of weeks. Please reach out if you're interested in a reading. I'm always available or can make time. Otherwise, I hope everyone has a happy new year, and I'll be back in a couple weeks with the next astrology update. Bye.